Everybody, welcome back to our NEET MDS 2021 recall series. In this video, we are going to see the property color from dental material subject. The question they have asked in the previous exam of NEET MDS was, as intensity increases, hue perception changes. This effect is called as, so as the intensity increases, hue perception changes. So this effect is called as, so the options given were Metamerism, Bezold brucke effect, Chameleon effect and Tyndall effect. So let us just look at what is hue and other dimensions of the color ones so that we can just have a brief overview of that. So color. So color is nothing but, we know what is color, right? It is nothing but a thing like that, like we perceive, right? So the eye is sensitive to wavelengths of 400 nanometers for violet and 700 nanometers for dark red color. Okay, so combined intensities of wavelengths present in a beam of light determining the property called as color. Okay, so the cone shaped cells which are present in the retina are responsible for color vision. So the cone shaped cell, so here you can see in this image, these cells are responsible for color vision that we percept from the eye. Okay, so eye is most sensitive to light in green yellow region. So eye is most sensitive to light in green yellow region, and it is least sensitive to light that is on the other extremes, that is red or blue. Okay, so coming to the dimensions of the color, we have three dimensions of the color. So everybody knows what it is like. So three dimensions of the color are hue, value and chroma. So hue is basic color of the object, like whether it is red, green, blue, black, so this like that. So that is the hue. Value is amount of lightness or darkness that is present in the color. So amount of lightness and darkness. So from this image you can see, so this is hue, the colors like purple, violet, magenta, red, orange. So this is hue. Value, so value, amount of lightness or darkness that is present in the color. So from this image you can see that high key tonal values, the high key tonal values are like they are more light. Okay, so these are intermediate, so these are low key, they are more dark. So this is what a value is. Chroma is a particular color, maybe dull or more vivid. This is depending upon the brightness. Okay, so the brightness of the color is defined by chroma. So this difference in color intensity or strength. So from this image you can see, so this is hue representing different colors, value representing the lightness or darkness of the color, and chroma, it is brightness. Okay, so this is one color, right? Let us suppose this is a red color. So when it is more bright, more darker, it appears in this color. When it is more brighter, it is like this. So that is what chroma is. Then coming to the property of metamerism. So what is metamerism? Metamerism is appearance of an object depends on type of light in which the object is viewed. So type of light in which an object is viewed will also determine the appearance of an object. So daylight, incandescent light and fluorescent lamps are sources of light that we have in dentistry. So in a dental setting, right, objects that appear to be color matched under one source of light may appear very different in another. So this is known as metamerism. So when we see one thing in when we match both some two objects in this of same color in daylight, we seem that they are same, but when we see it under incandescent light or some other light, we might find some difference. So that is called as metamerism. So here you can see in this image the effect of metamerism. So here the tooth 1 and tooth 2, when viewed under incandescent light, they are appearing of same color, but when we are viewing the same tooth in daylight, one is appearing more darker than the other. So this is what is a metamerism means. So here we can see how we use, like to select crowns, background colors and all, we use this metamerism effect. Like when ambient light, that is combination of room light and daylight is there, it is looking in one color, like so this is similar to that of teeth color, right? But when color corrected, like only daylight and incandescent room light, so depending upon that we select the tooth or crown color which we want. So this is what is metamerism. Then Bezold brucke effect. So Bezold brucke effect or Bezold brucke shift or luminance on hue effect is a change in hue perception. Hue perception is as light intensity changes. Hue is nothing but basic color, right? So change in basic color itself changes sometimes because of the intensity of light that we are viewing it under. So as intensity increases, spectral colors shift more towards blue. Okay, spectral colors shift more towards blue if below 500 nanometer, or yellow if above 500 nanometer. Okay, so at lower intensities, what happens? Red or green axis dominate. So mostly at lower intensities we see it as in the shades of red or green. Okay, so as the intensity increases, if it is below 500 nanometers, we see it in the shades of blue. If it is above 500 nanometers, we see it in the shades of yellow. Okay, it it might be like for any color. Okay, so this means that reds become yellower with increasing brightness, right? Of course, red at low intensity we are seeing it as red, but when we go for higher intensities we are seeing it as yellow. So that means that reds become yellower. So it was discovered by Wilhelm von Bezold and Emmy Brucke. Okay, that's why it is known as Bezold-Brucke effect. So in this image here you can see, so the color of both the tooth is equivalent. Okay, but the problem is when the background color is changing, so when it is modified by blue, it is looking as a some lighter color, but when we are putting it as yellow background, it is looking as some darker color. So this is what, when the light intensity changes, or the when the background color changes, the object which we are seeing, the color of the object may also be dependent upon the same thing, the thing. So this is known as Bezold-Brucke effect. Then coming to chameleon effect. Chameleon effect is the ability of a composite material to mimic that of the adjacent color of tooth structure around it. Okay, so some materials do this better than others. So the dental staff need to be evaluate even the value and chroma of composite material before choosing the best match for the restoration. So here you can see, so the before restoration it is like this, so after the restoration it is like this. So it is mimicking that of the tooth material, right? Here even if we are putting a composite restoration here, it is mimicking that of the tooth restoration. So this is known as chameleon effect. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the ability of the particles of a mixture to scatter light. Okay, scatter light, that is to make the path of a ray of light passing through it visible. So scatter light, so scattering of light, the particles which are there in a mixture to scatter the light, if they are able to scatter the light, that is known as Tyndall effect. So heterogeneous mixtures which are suspensions and colloids show Tyndall effect. The individual suspension particles scatter and reflect light, making the beam visible. The amount of scattering depends on the frequency of the light and the density of the particles. So this effect is used to determine whether a mixture is a true solution or a colloid. Okay, so true solution or a colloid. The true solution does not scatter light, whereas a colloid scatters light because of the particles that are present in the solution. So in dentistry, it is for example, in dentistry it is used to identify the quality of mercury which is used on silver or gold. Okay, so here it is like solution light beam is not visible, it does not exhibit any Tyndall effect, but in colloid light beam is visible exhibiting Tyndall effect. So okay, so this is what is Tyndall effect. Then coming back to our question, so as intensity increases, hue perception changes. This effect is called as, so as after we have seen what is metamerism, so it does not come for intensity, right? Chameleon effect, it is for composite materials. Tyndall effect, it is scattering of light. So but as intensity increases, hue perception, that is basic color itself changes, that is seen in Bezold brucke effect. So the answer is B. Okay, if you like our video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you can also follow us on Instagram at Dogshala for dental content and at Dogshala Medical for medical content. You can also follow us on Telegram. Thank you.